All right, so if you're a veteran looking to buy a home in Delaware County, Pennsylvania, I'm sure you've got a ton of numbers just swirling around in your head. It can be a lot, but one of the big ones you'll hit right away is the VA appraisal. So let's cut right to it and break down exactly what that's going to cost you and, just as important, how long it's going to take. You're probably staring at your loan estimate, right? Trying to figure out all your closing costs and nail down the final numbers. So what's the actual real deal cost for a VA appraisal right here in Delco? Okay, here's the answer. Straight up, $625. That's the number you need to know for a standard single-family home. But hang on, because where that number comes from and why it's so important for you to know it, well, that's the really interesting part. Now, that $625 figure, it's not something your lender just randomly makes up. Nope, it's actually a regulated, totally standardized fee. Let's dive into what that really means for you. And this is really the key point, right here. The VA appraisal fee is actually a protective measure. Think of it like a price cap or a ceiling fee that's set by the VA itself. This is to make sure that no matter what lender you go with, you're not getting overcharged for this service. It's not some random junk fee. It's literally a safeguard for you. So you might be wondering, where does this specific number come from? Well, right here in Delaware County, we're covered by the VA's Cleveland Regional Loan Center, and they set the fee schedule for the entire state of Pennsylvania. What that means is the cost is exactly the same for you as it is for any other veteran in the county. It's standardized. But, not every home is a simple single-family house, right? The kind of property you're buying can definitely change that appraisal fee. So let's take a look at how those different costs break down. Okay, this table makes it super clear. A single-family home or a condo, yep, they both come in right at that $625 maximum. But if you're looking at a manufactured home, you'll see the fee bumps up a bit to $675. And for anyone investing in a multifamily property, like a duplex or something bigger, the VA sets that max fee at $800. All right, so we've got the how much part down. But there's another side to this coin that's just as critical for any home buyer: time. So, how long is this whole thing actually going to take? So if you look at the official VA fee schedule, the target turnaround time for an appraisal report is 7 business days. And just so you know, that clock starts ticking the second the assignment is accepted by a VA-approved appraiser. But is it always 7 days? I mean, that's the official target, but we all know how real life works, right? Sometimes things get in the way. Let's look at a few things that can actually mess with that timeline. Okay, here's some of that real-world stuff I was talking about. If it's a hot spring market here in the Philly metro area, that can create backlogs with appraisers. Or if the property itself is complex, maybe it's a really unique build or has a ton of land, that's just naturally going to take more time. And then there's the simple stuff you can't forget, like bad weather or even just trying to schedule a time to get inside for the inspection. All of that can add delays. Okay, so we've covered cost, we've covered time, but so what? Why is knowing all these little details so powerful for you, the veteran homebuyer, right here in Delaware County? This really gets to the core of it. The whole point of the VA loan program is to benefit veterans, and this standardized fee thing is a perfect example of that in action. It protects your wallet, it levels the playing field, it means you don't have to lie awake at night wondering if some lender is padding their costs. So how do you actually put this knowledge to work? Well, first, you can budget your closing costs with total confidence because you know exactly what to expect. Second, it lets you compare loan offers from different lenders on an apples-to-apples basis, since that appraisal fee is going to be the same no matter who you pick. And third, you can spot a problem right away. If you see an appraisal fee that doesn't match these official numbers, you'll know to question it. I mean, just think about the difference this makes. On one hand, you're the informed borrower who can plan your finances practically down to the dollar. On the other hand, you've got someone who's just guessing, and that can lead to some really nasty surprises at the closing table. Not to mention, it makes it almost impossible to truly compare your loan options. So let's wrap this up. If you're going to remember just one thing from all of this, what should it be? Let's boil it all down to the single most important takeaway. Honestly, it's this simple. For most properties in Delaware County, you need to plan for a $625 VA appraisal and about a 7 business day timeline. Those two numbers, that's your foundation. That's what you build on for a smooth, predictable home purchase or refi. And that really brings us to the final thought here. You now have the exact cost and the expected timeline. This isn't just a bunch of random data. It's a real strategic advantage. So the real question is, now that you've got the numbers,
How are you going to use them to plan your next move in the Delaware County real estate market?